Competitors who have entered every competition this year can now begin discarding their weakest scores. So, how exactly does the contest work for the competitors?
It's the best nine scores during the
Okay,
year.
got it. So, going this month with less than 10 points separating the top five on the annual competition leaderboard. Also, a couple who will be parachuting into contention having missed a month earlier in the year. They now have the same 9 scores counting as everyone else. Still all to play for in the closing months of the year.
Yes, in fact, this set proved to be particularly difficult with only, I think, 42 out of 1,400 scoring in the 70s.
Ah, okay.
Nine
Okay.
of nine of last month's top 10 on the annual leaderboard scored in the 70s. And after this month, there are 3 points separating the top six. So
Wow. Wow. Okay. So
it's the
competition
toughest
heating
competition we've
up.
ever had.
Yeah, the
It's proving
Buffett
to be
Cup was
very
held
close.
this month. I did a lot of commentary for that. This is a 3-way
Yeah.
tournament between teams of 8 from Europe, USA, and China. The regular teams tournament was followed by an individual um, border match in which players partner numerous other members of their own team. Klukowski was a member of the 8-player European team, and Jill Myers represented USA. Europe won both events, with the USA finishing second both times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Europe
I mean,
seemed to
this is
be.
actually quite interesting because, of course, this is the individual, and this is exactly the situation in which the panelists are in here, playing with an unusual expert. Jill Myers might sit down to play with Larry Cohen or Adam Cohen Kaplan or somebody. I mean, they won't have serious agreements about a lot of these situations. So it's exactly the situation that they're in. The panelists are in here.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that I kind of noted during the Buffett Cup is that while Europe looked fairly dominant during the team event, and USA and China were kind of fighting for that second place position, China slipped a lot during the
The individual. Yeah.
individual. And so maybe they're just like very well practiced in their partnerships, but they don't have a lot of these, as you say, like individual, like just playing with the generic expert agreements
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
understanding. So,
Yeah. And you think how regular people at the local club, they may have a regular partner, but they often sit down to play with somebody who's another regular member of the club who they don't play with regularly. So even if they've discussed things with their regular partner, things will still come up that they haven't discussed. So
right, exactly. Good luck to panel members competing in the upcoming European Champions Cup. Hope to report next month that some of you come away from Latvia with medals. Ooh. I know that I have a regular viewer who competes in a lot of Latvian events. I wonder if he'll be playing in that.
also, it's the Champions Cup every year is they invite the winners of the top 12 countries in the European Championships. They invite the national champion, so like the winner of their major teams championship, their Premier League or their major knockout to represent the country in the Champions Cup. And there's now a women's open and a women's concurrently. It's
Gotcha.
quite a it's quite a good competition.
Gotcha. Also, Babs says hi. Mark.
Hi, Babs. I've been out in the sun. I've been snorkeling in the Indian Ocean today.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hope you're enjoying your vacation.
Yeah, it rained for 6 days when we got here, but the last few days have been beautifully and sunny. And but
Gotcha.
even when it rains here, you can still go swimming. It doesn't make any difference. Yeah, because it's still 90 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very warm.
Yeah.
This month's guest panelist needed a perfect 80 out of 80 score to win the August competition. Hans Joel from Netherlands learned the basics of Dutch Acol 43 years ago as a 10-year-old because his mother was tired of being invited to play only if the game needed a fourth to make up the numbers. That's nice, playing with your parents. Picked up the game again as a student in Leiden and began playing at local clubs, says Hans. I don't play much these days and certainly not at a serious level. Sorry, Mom. However, I enjoy watching the best play on VooGraph and reading bridge winners, so maybe I picked up one or two things over the years. couple of this month's deals have been sent by regular competitors. Hand 3 comes from Paul Dubois of California. Hand 6 from England's Brian Ransley. Thanks to them. You got hands, send the details over to Mark. The panel produced a majority vote on 4 hands in this set and a clear favorite on 3 others. Only hand 8 really split the panel. Although the panel were often of similar mind on this month's hands, the same cannot be said for competitors. Indeed, many readers can learn important lessons from the panel this month. For example, on each of the first 2 hands in the set, both of which are questions of evaluation, more than half the competition entrants underbid by some margin. I think that's a relatively common theme for a lot of this.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic. The hand 1 is a classic.
Yeah.
It really is.
Most popular action chosen by competition entrants scores 10 on 4 of the 8 hands, and voting with the largest group of competitors scores 63 out of 80, down from September's set. The average this month is 48.5 almost, way down from almost 55 on the last set. Low average in the number of low scores.
It was definitely a more difficult set.
Yeah, this was a more difficult set. So let's take a look at this first board. A heart double pass. And so this is something that you and I talked about a little bit via email. I have been told that it's pretty popular to play the 3 spade bid as preemptive in these positions.
I've heard that. I mean, I've heard it, people say, well, I mean, as a couple of the panelists say, three spades, they consider 3 spades as showing more than 2 spades and less than 4 spades.
Right.
To me, I mean, I teach that if it goes a heart double and you're going to bid spades, you bid 1 spade with 0 to 7, you bid 2 spades with 8 to 11 and 4 spades, you bid 3 spades with 8 to 11 and 5 spades, and you bid 4 spades with 8 to 11 and 6 spades, and with 12 plus you bid 2 hearts. It's if you like it's sort of basic, but it's easy for beginners or relative beginners to learn.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. I think the main contention is that there's not a large difference between 5 and 6 trumps, given that your partner should have at least 3 for their takeout double.
No.
But
I mean, it's a bit like the losing trick count in that it evaluates your hand for you. It counts the extra trump. It evaluates the extra trump, which is going to be a trick.
Right.
The sixth trump to me, if you take the 6th trump away and make it a king somewhere else, it's a trick. So those extra trumps are tricks.
For sure. One thing I would like to clarify to my viewers and is that 2 hearts, I think, is a fine bid, and generally these sorts of Q bids after the takeout double, it's not necessarily that it like denies a spade suit. It's just it shows uncertainty about where you want to end up playing the contract generally, and so
it shows a good hand that can't make a natural bid.
Right. So here you could bid 2 hearts because you're thinking that there might be a better contract available in diamonds. Or if your hand is a little bit stronger, you could bid 2 hearts because you want to treat this hand as a slam try. And then you want to establish a suit and then try and Q bid or try and bid key card or something like that. So I definitely said the wrong thing on my previous video about this, but just to clarify that. So it's okay to have these Q bids, but you do want to be a little bit careful in using them. I mean, if you just had like a 6-card spade suit with 12 high card points, you would just bid 4 spades in this spot. So
I mean, there'll come a stage where you've got 18 points and, you're too good for 4 spades. You've got to start with 2 hearts. You haven't got any choice.
Right. All right, let's see what everyone says. Actually, I'm curious what.
Look at the percentages.
Yeah, I was going to look at this just for a second.
51% bidding 1 or 2 spades.
Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable that half of the field is bidding just 1 spade or 2 spades. I mean, 1 spade is unbelievable to me.
Well, it's just a complete lack of understanding of how to respond to a takeout double.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have 4 panelists who bid 2 spades, which I think is okay, but it's a pretty big underbid.
And they did say it was. So,
All right, let's take a look. Responding to takeout doubles is a topic on which teachers would serve their students well by devoting more time. It does seem that way based on the panels, or not panels, the competitors' responses. Players too often seem to just make a minimum bid in their longest suit with no consideration of hand strength. Look at over 20% of competitors bidding on one spade on this hand. Indeed, more than half of competition entrants chose either one or two spades. The way to think about this auction is to imagine that partner has opened the bidding in your longest suit, playing 4-card majors. Effectively, that's what partner has done. His double of one heart here shows an opening bid and strongly suggests 4 spades. Great point. Facing that, would you even consider passing the equivalent of to responding 1 spade, or even raising to 2 spades? Surely most players would at least invite, and many would just bid game. In terms of hand evaluation, this situation is not so different. Let's start with the handful of panelists who did not think this hand worth game. So just an invite. Device says, this is an underbid, I know. I hope to survive this round of bidding in order to be well placed should partner have some strong hand. This, I mean, I think this is the main question that we have here is like, what if partner has a strong hand with clubs?
Has partner got a hand too strong to overcall a no trump, or has he got a strong hand with clubs?
Yeah.
But he has to make his own arrangements.
Right.
He can't expect me to cater for in case he's got these off-center hands.
Yeah, for sure. That was kind of the conclusion I came to as well, is that if partner has long clubs or something or a bunch of points, then so be it. We'll probably just play in 4 spades and a 5-2 fit or something like that.
Yeah.
Hens Joel, I'm being cautious because it seems quite likely that partner has a strong club single suitor or a balanced hand too strong for a no trump. So they both had the same idea, and they just judged, let's give partner room on this auction. I think the big danger is, what if partner doesn't have that hand?
Well, exactly. Partner's got a normal takeout double.
Yeah. I mean, left-hand opponent could still have most of their side's values, and so partner just has a 14 count over there with a doubleton heart. We just need to get to 4 spades.
Well, as we'll see, partner had a 12 count. Game was cold.
Okay, Liz says, I doubt it'll go all pass. Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous.
Yeah, why not?
So Liz says the alternatives are pretty gruesome. Gruesome is perhaps how some panelists might describe this choice. It's true. Alan and Burnett were a little bit more adventurous. So the 3 spade bidders are trying to say that this is the in-between between 2 spades and 4 spades hand type.
Yeah.
The rest all commit to at least a game via one route or another. Pierre Schmidt and Joanna Zachowska. We can't even see a second choice. Where's the I mean, that's kind of what I thought. Zia, great. Like, sex and old age, the quicker, the better. Well, okay. That's one way to look at this problem. Simply bidding what I think...
That's the practical answer. I'm bidding what I think I can make.
Yeah. Exactly. Who knows whether the hands will fit or not? I can't think of a way for partner to help, so I'll just bash. Couple toyed with 3 spades rejected. Robson says, I think I'm too good for 3 spades. Interesting. Although that may work better if partner has a modern, impure double with 3 bad spades and hearts. Do I worry about partner having a big club hand? A bit, but I like a style where you bid 2 clubs heavy with those. David Bird, a response to just 3 spades typically shows the values for a jump to 2 spades with a 5th spade. So I would tend to disagree. Well, I guess it depends on what your 3 spade bid means. So for what I had heard, because I discussed this sequence with a lot of American experts, and they all play that 3 spades is the preemptive type. So for them and for me, it would tend to be that 2 spades would generally show 5. That with 8 high card points and 4 spades, I would just bid 1 spade.
But then what do you do with 9 count or 4 spades?
9, I would probably have to bid 2 spades, but it would be, it's generally you're expecting about 5 spades and 8 high card points for the 2 spade bid. It's kind of down the middle.
Because I would tell them that it says 8 to 11 with four spades. If you've got a six count or a seven count with five spades, you can still bid two spades.
Right. Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean
so David says the sand facing expected shortage for hearts is full value for four spades. There are only seven losers before you adjust for the likely heart situation. For some, the only worry is four spades may not be enough. I certainly can't do less. Opposite perfect hand, we could have a slam in spades or diamonds, but other than freak hands, trying for slam is impractical. Larry says, I'm a little bit afraid partner might have a big double with clubs, but I can't only invite as little as king fourth gives me play for game. I mean, that's true. How would
yeah,
partner ever know to
exactly.
accept an invite opposite a minimum such as this? With a stiff heart, I play for six spades. I think the singleton heart is relatively unlikely given that the opponents haven't bid hearts again.
Yeah,
So that makes me a bit less concerned about our side having slam, but Larry's absolutely right. Um, Hope partner doesn't have a strong club hand. Two hearts is dangerous. Don't like to give opponents time on this type of hand. They might find their fit in clubs. That's true. That's a possibility as well.
yeah.
I made a bunch of silly comments. We've corrected those. Don't see how two hearts denies spades is playable. Add an ace, and what can you do? Two hearts. I see no reason to jump directly to four spades. Let's see what partner has to say. Hand is too good for two spades. For me, three spades shows a weaker hand with long
Yeah,
spades.
he's playing it
Yeah,
preemptive.
so he's playing that. Therefore, he decides that he had to bid two hearts. And maybe by implication, he's suggesting that he's looking for slam along the lines of what Larry is saying, that
Yeah,
he's going to
well,
play
that's
four
possible.
spades
Yeah,
or higher.
yeah,
Strong hand and spades seems to be the suit. Don't want to roll out the possibility of reaching a slam in diamonds. Sure. I suppose you could have it like diamonds could be the playable slam if partner has a strong no trump type
yeah,
type
certainly.
hand.
Yeah,
Okay, and Joey Silver also likes his prospects for slam. On this deal from an early round of the spin gold, one West bid two spades ending the auction. At another table, Kalita, who would have, well, it looks like we have our answer. Kalita bid four spades, so that's the right
yeah. Clean
bid.
four spades,
Partner at a minimum double. With opener holding most of the missing high cards as expected, four spades was an easy make. Would partner raise even a jump to three spades to game? I mean, not with four bare kings and a doubleton
yeah,
heart.
exactly. No,
So the two spade bidders end up with 170 and 10 imps out. Okay, hand number two.
I mean that was clearly a hand evaluation hand, and as the panel said, you bid game on that hand. I mean and this is very similar. This is another hand evaluation question.
Oh, this is another one where, oh my, I'm just looking at the percentages that I see on screen and I see that
Yes, exactly.
we have
Yeah.
failed a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's another one exactly the same. You need ace to six diamonds, a king. You need partner to have the ace of diamonds, a king of clubs, a seven count, and you're making slam.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I was mostly on my way to forcing to slam. I don't remember exactly what I said about this hand, but I
Well, I
went
think
with four no trump.
for the panel, it was a choice of do we bid four spades and let partner take over, or do we bid Blackwood?
Right.
I think Blackwood is probably the right bid because, well, you'll see my comments later.
Sure. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think, I bid Blackwood, so I guess we'll find out what everyone says. There's no majority vote from the panel, which is split between two principal choices. For the second consecutive deal, a huge number of competition entrants significantly undervalue their hand. On this one, you have to picture the sort of hand you expect opposite. Partners open the bidding and freely rebid their suit. The opponent's bidding strongly suggests they'll hold at least nine spades, and partner did not make a support double to show three hearts. As little as doubleton or singleton, doubleton, ace fourth, king sixth gives you play for a slam, and he'll certainly have more than that. So add the heart queen, club queen, diamond king, or even the spade ace. Two largest groups of competitors bidding only five clubs, or non-forcing four clubs. It's easy to see why this month's lowest scoring hand. We start with the panelists who bid some number of clubs. We might miss slam, but this is unambiguous. It's true. 6 clubs, lacking methods to explore, 5, 6, or 7. I guess both of them were worried that 4 no trump might be seen as key card for hearts.
I guess you have to
guess.
agree what Paula Trump is. But yeah.
All right, Bergen says 6
yeah.
clubs, assuming that North-South have 9 spades. Once partner shown with 6 clubs and fewer than 3 hearts. All we need is the club king and diamond ace. Indeed, opposite a spade void, 7 clubs might be great. If he has 0, 2, 4, 7 with 7 high card points, even if 4-no is key card, a response of 1 key card would be fatal.
Well, I think he's still playing 30-41.
Ah, okay. So I'll settle for the blast to 6. Oh, right. I remember looking up our conventions in the middle of this to make sure we were playing 13 or 14-30.
41-30,
Yeah, so the rest I'll choose to investigate. 4 spades, slam trine clubs. Too much to just bid 5 clubs. A Q-bid, agreeing clubs. Not mentioning that the Q-bid is Q-bidding partners singleton for them, but that's okay. Showing a good raise. Hans summarizes the case for the 4 spade bidders. I didn't think that this should promise a spade control. Or I don't think this should promise a spade control. We have no other way to show slam invite in clubs. 4 clubs would be non-forcing, 4 diamonds is natural. Partner's almost certainly short in spades, so slam is likely, and even a grand by no means out of the question. Partner will appreciate the value of his key cards and his spade void. Hopefully he can blackwood. 4 spades, a forcing 4 clubs would be nice, but I don't think that we have that agreement, so we'll do this instead. Sometimes opponents will only have 8 spades. It's possible, and they'll be able to cash the first 2, but you can't live in fear of these unlikely things. Christian suggests an alternative interpretation. 4 spades, I bet on a singleton in partner's hand. This bid should be understood by East as key card. Yeah, so then the question is, what is for no trump if 4 spades is key card for clubs?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, a regular partnership has to have an agreement. But I think if you haven't got an agreement, 4 spades is a slam, try and 4 trump is blackwood.
Right. I think so too. Too good for 5 clubs. I hope we can trust the opponents having 9 spades. If available, 4 no trump is a good raise to 5 clubs would be an alternative. So this, I think this would be the alternative. If 4 spades is key card, 4 no is a good raise to 5 clubs.
Sure. Yeah, you can play it either way round. I mean...
Yeah, so Joey says he's not convinced that 4 no trump is key card for clubs. Only reasonable choice just to show support. Hopefully partner can take control. 4 no, asks Zia, is this a problem? We need to know the responses, but it's hard to believe we do not have a play and slam if we play support doubles. 4 no trump, this is why 1430 became popular. Opposite 1 key card I can pass, and if he has 2, I want to be in 6. Let's hope the opponents have 9 spades. Given partner short in spades, want to play in 6. David makes a good case, and for me, wins the debate in favor of his choice. Assuming it is a stiff spade, blackwood would tell me most of what I need to know. Opposite something like singleton, queen and 1, ace 4th, king jack 6, slam is excellent, but it seems unlikely that 4 spades will sufficiently encourage him, and I'll have to guess when he retreats to 5 clubs. I completely agree.
That's the problem with bidding 4 spades, is that partner could have the right minimum, but he's not going to appreciate that his hand is good enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't know you've got 4 card trump support for a start, and the singleton diamond. I mean, your hand is enormous.
Right. I mean, we have a hand where what we care about is key cards. That's what we care about. So we should probably take control. Is just kind of my thinking.
I think so. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, and I make that exact point that 4 spades is a cute alternative, but the singleton diamond and heart king compels me to take control. So for now, I'll assume he has a stiff spade. I just need a couple of key cards, perhaps a little help in hearts. There's only one maverick adopting an alternative route to slam, double. If we trust the opponent to have a 9-card fit and our partner not to have 3 hearts, then we are not far from slam. However, we don't have a natural enforcing club bid. Double solves our problem now, but we are glad you did not ask the question about what our next bid when the tray comes back. This is actually a very interesting choice because when partners short in spades, our doubles take out. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
partner's not going to pass the double, and therefore we
No.
do get another chance to bid. I'm just, but
It would be more if they had told us what they think fourth place and four in the trump are. If they need to double to solve this problem.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. When this deal arose in the Spin Gold semifinal, West jumped to six clubs, a practical choice. This was not a success, facing only one key card. The 4-0 bidders certainly managed to stop in time. Will all the four spade bidders pass when partner retreats to five clubs? Probably, but maybe some may picture David's hand and award themselves a six club anyway. Those who jump to five should consider themselves fortunate to escape with a flat board on this occasion. It's true. Okay. Hand number 3. So this one was interesting. I gave this to a number of the panelists for the It's Your Call in the American Bridge Bulletin. And all of them came up with 7 clubs, so I don't feel too bad about my choice here.
I think seven clubs is the right bid.
Yeah, I think so too. But let's take a look at what everyone says. So half of the competition entrants bid 6 spades. Half of them passed.
Yeah.
Okay. And only a handful ended up finding a 7 something bid, although there were some votes for 7 hearts. There's a lot of panel votes on everything around here. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is that's what you scored. But there's a couple votes for 7 hearts. There's some passers. Okay, let's see what happened. No majority from the panel, but a clear favorite, and nearly half of the competition entrants concurred with that choice. Only one member of the panel recognized that this was the companion hand to... Oh, that was me. But it's surprising because, like, playing with myself, I would have bid 5 hearts with the companion hand. And then I guess I would have jumped to 6 spades with the hand that I hold. And then I don't know what happens from there, but okay, let's take a look.
This hand came up. One of my students gave me the hand because he had the hand at the table and he overcalled 4 hearts on the other hand, and this hand passed.
Wow.
So I said, well, I said your hand's really too good for a 4 heart overcall because of the spade fit. So I thought, well, what happens if you double? And even then, it wasn't obvious how you got to 7-0 trump 7 spades.
Right.
So
Okay.
I thought we had, it created 2 good problems.
Yeah. No, it was very interesting. I did appreciate this. So I guess I
think
plan to rebid
probably,
spades, lots of 6
I
spades.
think if you bid 6 spades on this hand, partner's going to raise to 7.
Yeah, interesting. I guess a lot of it might depend on what partner expects for your 4 club bid followed by 6 spades.
Well, in theory, it shows a 12 count or a 10 count with 4-4 in the matrix.
Right. Yeah.
But when
But
you
you
bid
can't
6
have
spades over
that
6,
once you pull 6 hearts, right?
no,
So,
exactly. You've got a hand that was too strong to make a limit bid on the first round. I mean, you might have bid 6 spades over double.
right. Can't wait to see Dummy. Nothing's going to surprise me. Too dangerous to pot either major suit grand. Nor is there any reason to expect solid hearts opposite. After all, partner would have expected me to have some hearts for my 4 club cupid. This is what concerned me.
Yeah.
And I'm told I'm very wrong about this one. Like, for me, I think I would have bid maybe 4 no trump followed by 5 spades as a slam try or something like that. It is what my first instinct would have been. Now, having like talked to a bunch of people, I think the 4 club cubit is probably correct on our cards over the takeout double.
I think so. I mean, yeah, I don't see what else you can bid. You could guess to bid 6 spades,
Yeah.
but I think otherwise you have to bid 4 clubs.
Yeah. Powerful single suited hand. I think partner would jump in hearts rather than make a takeout double, unless they're way too good. I expect my ox to have something in spades. 7 may well be cold, but no way to tell. Content myself with a small slam. Number of panelists hope that partner would raise with the right hand. 6 spades. Partner expects hearts that I don't have. If the double was based on a strong hand with hearts, he surely also has some big spades. I guess I'm showing spades and diamonds, so if the grand is making, partner will bid it. My suit, trust partner bid 7 if he has what's needed. Zeus is 6 spades. I'm not really allowed to, but he can bid 7 hearts if he wants. I would be upset if my partner did this, but I have a grand slam try and don't have the balls to bid 7 anyway. Zia's retired. He's not.
Yes, he has, yeah. That's why I said.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like the Zia of 20 years ago. Older or just wiser. One of those. Partner's probably bidding under the assumption that I both majors. I think he should have a flexible hand with very significant extras rather than a strong single suited hand.
Yeah, that's what he has. That's exactly what he has.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very interesting, the jump to 6 hearts as opposed to the 5 heart bid that I kind of it was like 50-50 on the previous panel results on partner's hand, but 6 hearts felt like it was just kind of gambling on the other auction, and 5 hearts kind of showed a hand that was too good to jump to 4 hearts over 3 clubs. Was what I thought, at least.
Yeah, I mean, some people wanted to bid 5 clubs over clubs. So
I suspect we'll make 7, but I'll chicken out with 6 spades because I'd be heartbroken if they cash the club ace or if there's a trump loser. I might have just blasted 6 spades on the first round, which is about what the hand is worth, facing a 3-level takeout double. However, this route may enable partner to raise to a cold grand. 6 spades, I don't think he can have a hand without some spade tolerance. In fact, I think it's hard to think of a hand he can have at all. If he has just hearts, he would bid some number of them in the first place, at least when he's missing my ace-king. So I think he's 3-6. Maybe I should bid 7. So Sally was like right on the nose about what partner has. Only one panelist was prepared to commit on the information already available. I'm hoping for king, queen, third, ace, king, jack, 9, 6, singleton, ace, jack, third, rather than 2, 7, 1, 3. Although both are possible, while a couple were willing to bid a grand in partner suit. 7 hearts. I can't see how 7 hearts isn't cold when I have ace, king, ace. Maybe I should just bid 7 no trump, but just occasionally a ruff is needed, or the opposition will have kept quiet with their club fit and partner is void. I mean, my concern about 7 hearts, or about 7 hearts being the possible contract, is if partner has king doubleton of spades, and then we might need to ruff the spade suit good. And so that's why I liked 7 clubs.
I think 7 clubs is a good bid.
Partner's forced to slam, Marty says, when I could have had a very modest hand. Obviously, I'm only guessing. We might have no play for this or belong in spades. P.O. highlights the problem above, and a handful made was surely the right bid if you're going to commit to the 7 level. 7 clubs, Simone says. Partner could have also bid 5 hearts, so I'm bidding on this monster to try and find out the best slam. Pick a grand from Robson. What else can it mean? I'm curious if Device bid 5 hearts on the previous problem now.
I don't know,
It's kind of interesting because he mentions that bid. I like to play the double of a preempt as never a single suitor, but partner may not be on the same page there. Play that the double of a preempt. I see.
7 hearts, he'll give up.
Okay. So he's trying to say that he doesn't think that 7 hearts is the right contract, but he's still willing to give partner a little bit of room. 7 clubs. I want to bid a grand, but I'm afraid to bid 7 spades and catch something like exactly. Maybe partnership started with 5 club control bid, but he might have been afraid of me leaping past hearts. On the other hand, partner has more than a 4 heart overcall, so it's hard to imagine anything less than solid hearts in the club ace. I was pretty upset about the 4 club bid again. It's okay. I've learned about takeout doubles now. Over 7 clubs, partner might even choose the optimum match point contract, 7 no trump. The final group give their partner no chance of finding a winning choice. Pass. Good luck. Okay. Partner has a 1 suitor in hearts. He could have made another bid to give me choices. Perhaps I should raise, but I'm just going to pass. The 4-2 trump break means that even the 6 level is 1 too high with hearts as trumps. Pass, a tough one. Sometimes I hate my partner, but okay. You hold it's too strong and unbalanced hand for another bid, and you try to send the message. Didn't really get it. Partner could have a spade void, they think. I think it's a little bit unlikely to have a spade void.
You just put 4 hearts on that first hand.
With the latter, he might bid 5 clubs, so let's go the former. We respect very much those who will bid 6 spades, or even go for a grand slam. Okay, as Rob pointed out, this is companion to hand 8 in the June competition when the panel voted on 6 hearts with this hand. Yes, other options were suggested, 5 clubs and 5 hearts gaining support. The largest group of panelists voted for a jump to 6 hearts. Is bidding over 5 clubs any easier? Not exactly. As you can see, both 7 spades and 7 no trumps are easy makes, so 7 no trump is the top spot at match points, although getting to either making grand would have scored well. With the defender's hearts 4-2, even the 6 level was too high in that suit, and reaching even 6 spades or 6 no trumps scored well above average when the hand occurred. What was this from? Do you remember?
That was just a regular BBO game.
Okay, got it.
One of my students was playing in the ACBL daily BBO game.
Yeah,
But
gotcha. All right, hand number 4. So let's see. I ended up going with 4 no trump on this one. But I think this was the one that I was kind of asking the question, what's the difference between 4 no trump and 5 clubs? So I wonder if anyone answered that.
It depends on what you're going to do on the next round. If you've been 4 no trump, are you going to offer him a choice of minors, or are you going to offer him a choice of red suits?
Oh yeah, this was another one where I didn't like the 3 diamond bid because I wanted to make a support double to try and find a heart fit.
Yeah, that's true. Having bid 3 diamonds rather than 3 clubs. I think 5 clubs is okay if you want to offer a choice of minors.
Right.
If you intend to offer a choice of red suits, you start with 4 no trump, and if partner bids 5 clubs, you bid 5 diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could do that.
Because you see, the suggestion is you look at how much bidding there is. Partner's quite likely to have a hand with more than 4 hearts that wasn't strong enough to bid 2 hearts.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree.
There's a lot of bidding.
Yeah, so let's see. Not a lot of competition entrants bid for no trump. We do have the largest faction going for just 5 diamonds, playing in our solid 6 card suit. Then there's some support for 5 clubs. Okay. Pass, I think, is insane, but it does pick up a couple of panel votes. I'm not sure I understand the pass.
No, I don't either.
It's imps and we're favorable.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. But okay, let's take a look. The first decision is whether to defend or bid on, and the panel voted 20-2 in favor of bidding. The next question is whether to simply rebid our strong suit or offer partner a choice. And if offering a choice, do we make him choose between the minors or the red suits? Let's start with those who decided they'd had enough. I don't see any reason to bid again. Don't think we can make 5 diamonds. Yeah, this is the real question. Yeah. Like at imps, it's if the opponents are making their contract, you just bid over it. Like 800 against 620 is not a terrible loss, and if you're going for 100 or 300, it's a huge win. So
yeah, if either side can make a contract, you want to be bidding.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're guessing that you can make 10 tricks and they can make 9, and you gain 3 imps.
Yeah, that's just that's way too small of a target to be shooting for.
Absolutely. And the upside is not that big.
Yeah. Five clubs. I should not be making this decision, but I erred on the previous round. I should have bid three clubs or four clubs, then waited for partner's decision.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that's. I think with the suit disparity, I'd rather bid diamonds again first and then clubs. Diamonds, clubs seems right rather than bidding diamonds and then clubs.
Right. Okay, not wishing to sell, I would like to bid 4-0 and your partner bid a suit. However, I fear that he might think it's Blackwood. But Joey didn't think that 4-0 trump was Blackwood earlier. So
No.
is he just always on the wrong side of the Blackwood accident?
Yeah.
But I think, okay. He'll know I'm 6-4, 7-4, as I did not bid three clubs on the first round.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. And that was kind of my question about the difference between 4-0 trump and five clubs specifically, if you're planning to offer a choice of minors, as you say. But okay, no crystal ball. I doubt clubs will play better. Do you have to guess? Aha.
Well, you could bid five clubs and partner will tell you.
This might make it the club queen is on side, partner holding something like this. Perhaps four spades also makes, with north holding a good hand in south. Okay, so really going above and beyond will give him an A+ for effort here, constructing the entire deal.
Yeah.
Zia, no idea, but I've had a drink, so I can't pass. I think he might have been drinking while answering these questions.
Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you 100% that he was, because I sent him the November problems, and an hour later I got his solutions to the September problems. Again.
Right.
One of which was six clubs. I'll teach them to bid against me or something. So yes, I think he started by saying the problems which were 2 months out of date that he'd already answered. So yes, I think it's fair to say he'd had a night out already.
All right, so the majority do want to give partner choice, but some don't reveal which two suits they plan to offer. Lots of 4-0 trumps. I surely can't sell with this shape, and playing strength 4-0 implies this shape, and I'm betting we're very cheap. Even making sometimes, as Robson says. 4-0, dangerous hand. It's quite possible they can make four spades and that we can make a game at the 5 level. Partner did not double four spades, so it is probably making. I think this was a big point that I made as well, is that partner already didn't double four spades. Therefore, we can be relatively convinced with our weak defense that four spades is going to be making. So
yeah, very likely. Yeah.
I hope they have either 5 hearts or clubs. Is he expected to bid 5 diamonds? So is partner expected to bid 5 diamonds with 3-6-1-3? Or is he allowed to bid hearts over 4-0s? You didn't bid 5 clubs. This is a good question. I mean, this would be solved if we had made a support double earlier, but let's... I think we could be 0-2-7-4 for 4-0.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have to imagine that we always have at least 8 hearts. So partner can probably get away with bidding 5 hearts there with this shape exactly.
I think so. Yeah.
We forgot to make a support double, as I said. I hope partner's fitting one of our minors. 4-0, I'll decide whether to pass 5 clubs later. At least I'm giving him a choice. Fair enough. With a solid suit and a void, I would have bid 4 diamonds on the previous round. Interesting. With all that and the favorable vulnerability, I'm definitely not passing. I considered 5 diamonds, but opposite distributions such as 3-4-1-5, preferred in playing clubs, makes a lot of sense.
Seems to me, though, because of that, you should bid 5 clubs rather than 4-0 trump.
Yeah, that makes sense. With so much bidding around the table, partner will often have more than 4 hearts, but a hand not strong enough to bid 2 hearts over 1 spade. So this is the point that you brought up earlier. This 4-0 shows 2 places to play, and if partner offers 5 clubs, I'll move to 5 diamonds. It shows 3-6 or 3-7 in the reds. As with 4 hearts, I would have supported that suit on the previous round. Makes sense. With void, I don't think it's right to defend. If partner can't double, the question is whether to insist on playing in your suit or involve partner. As partner can have a 5-card club suit or 6 hearts, I think the latter is better. Ah, yes, but we can't find both of those anymore unless partner's bidding 5 hearts over 4 now, with 6 of them. As Marty says, the magic avoids, not defending. We could even have a slam is possible. Definitely undisciplined, but tempting, they say, for 4 now. There's a big difference between our actual hand and some mediocre hand with a small doubleton spade. I mean, I think it's probably going to be pretty unlikely from partner's perspective that we have a small doubleton spade. But one remark, if you play good, bad, 2-no, then 3 diamonds would have already showed a good hand, and then a final pass would be more adequate as you already sold your hand. I still don't think I would be selling out to 4 spades.
I would question whether partner should have bid 5 diamonds over 4 spades. But on his actual hand.
Okay, let's take a look. So on this deal from the semifinal of the Spin Gold, West doubled at the table. Oh no. East passed with Queen third, Ace 6, 3 small, singleton. I mean, that makes a lot of sense for partner to pass with Queen third of spades, so I understand that. 4 spades doubled, went down 1, but with hearts 2-2, 12 tricks were easy in either red suit. Everyone except the passers got their side 2 making game. Should East have bid over the double, or perhaps even bid 5 diamonds directly over North's 4 spades? Perhaps I'll save that one for the panel sometime next year. Well, I'm going to remember it. But
well, I think there's a valid case here that he should bid 5 diamonds directly. You've bid 3 diamonds.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he knows you've got short spades.
It's tough. I mean, our hand could be like 1-1 in the majors, and then we go Ace of Hearts, Heart Rough against 4 spades. I mean, I guess that's not bad on offense either, but if our clubs need help setting up, then the opponents might be able to pull trumps against 5 diamonds and we go down, whereas we're just collecting 300 or whatever it is against 4 spades doubled.
Yeah, possible.
Anyway, yeah, it is a good point. With us having bid 3 diamonds, I mean, I think the support double makes things a lot easier. Then partner knows we have a 9-card hard fit.
I do agree.
Okay, this hand, right. So I ended up being a 2 spade bidder on this one. There's a lot of votes for 2 no trump though. So what does everyone say? Okay, let's take a look. The question setter can usually be relied upon to give us a breather at some stage. 3/4 of the panel and nearly a third of competitors considered this the easy 10 for the month. The panel offered a smattering of support for a second option, although competition entrants came up with a number of alternative suggestions. Alan seems to be zigging when the panel are zagging, and he's on his own again here. 2 hearts, I don't have a strong preference between 1 no and 2 hearts. Definitely nothing higher. At the other extreme, a handful were willing to effectively force game opposite what could be a 1-4-4-4-9 count, like me. Lots of 2 spade bidders, see what partner has to say. It may not be thank you when dummy appears. It's true. I plan to raise 2 no and to bid 3 hearts over 3 minor, in the vain hope of making partner declare. Okay, the rest were in agreement on the question of what this hand is worth. 2 no, not perfect, but what's better? So lots of natural invites and no trump. I do like that everyone's bidding no trump instead of like jumping to 3 hearts or something or whatever.
Yeah, nobody bid 3 hearts.
Yeah.
Is good to see.
Little too good for either 1 no or 2 hearts. A 2 spade cubid might work out, but this seems to be the most descriptive choice. Knock off a couple of high card points, partners in balancing. 3 no may be the best game, even if partner holds 4 hearts. I have no reason to think hearts will play better than no trump. 2 no, this is about right on values. We can still get to 4 hearts if that's right, but the spade holding is pretty no trumpy. I think I think it's basically impossible for us to get to four hearts after we bid two no trump. Is a bit of a problem. Um, because what's partner going to do? I mean, they're not going to Q bid spades on
Well,
their way to.
it could be three spades if he's 0454 or something like that.
He could bid three spades.
And
But
then
I
we'd have
think,
to do four hearts.
yeah, I mean, I think partners just almost always either passing or bidding three no is
Probably.
my
But I
thinking.
mean, if he's 0454 or something like that, he would bid three spades.
Sure, sure,
And we bid four hearts. So,
sure. I can later tell partner I'd harden with my diamonds if the majors turn out to be better. Not happy about it, but 2-0 does show the high card value. Holding 4-3-3 with 4 weak hearts. I'll gamble on no trump. A number of panelists mentioned the possibility of doubling on the first round, although I'm half Italian. I confess that's not my style. I think I mentioned possibly doubling
yeah,
on the
a couple
first
of
round.
people did. Yeah.
Not a hand of great beauty, so it may discuss some people that I would consider to take out double and second seed. At Imps, I feel I should now invite game, and three hearts doesn't appeal. Our French mixed champions accurately sum up the problem. 13 to 14 balanced, it's the definition of the bid. No reason at this stage to believe that even when partner has four hearts, a heart contract will be better. Many would double one spade nowadays. All right, so what did partner have? Partner was, oh no. Ace 10 doubleton, 4 small, 10 doubleton, and ace queen fifth. So 3 no trump essentially needed the diamond finesse through the opening bidder. Four hearts is significantly worse, and at the table, North held the singleton jack. Oh man, so there were a bunch of heart losers. Whether partner will raise 2-0 is questionable, but at least she'll go plus. Can the two spade bidders avoid plating game and the doomed 4-4 major suit fit? Unlikely. I'm not sure about that.
Well, if partner bids three clubs, what are you going to do? You're going to be three net trump now. Or are you going to be three hearts?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I think two net trump is definitely right here. I don't think it's worth two spades. Two spades is an overbid.
It's an overbid, but I think the rationale that I went with, this is teams, right? It's
Yeah.
teams is kind of similar to game forcing 11 counts that are like very distributional. I mean, if you make
I
some
mean,
sort of
you would certainly
invitational
bid
bid,
two spades if partner had doubled first in second seat.
well, we're undervalued, but we always get to the right strain. I mean, I guess we don't in this case, but that's only because hearts split badly, right? If hearts had split better, then we would probably be okay in our contract getting to hearts. But yeah, oftentimes the Q bid, even if you're a little bit light, if you have multiple strains that you want to try and reach, you can get there. I mean, isn't partner bidding
Yeah.
2-0 with ace and one spade? I think partner's bidding 2-0 with ace doubleton of spades opposite a two spade bid.
Maybe. Yeah.
Then we can raise. I mean, then I would raise if partner did that. Anyway, it's an interesting problem for sure. 2-0 definitely right on values. Okay, what have we got here? This hand, a heart, a spade, two clubs, pass. Oh, perfect. We were just talking about this, the Q bid. If we have a distributional hand and a bunch of suits that we want to play in. So this one felt very obvious and straightforward to me.
Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't bid two spades when I was given it as a problem. I My choice was three hearts or four hearts.
Okay.
And I'm playing match points. I don't want to put the king jack of spades down in dummy. And the clubs will be useful in a heart contract. So that was my feeling. But I mean, I can't argue with two spades.
Well, I appreciate that you can't argue, and you gave us all 10 points for it. So that was very kind of
Well,
you.
but yeah, but I mean, I can't argue that two spades is probably the right bid. Um, I mean, it certainly keeps all the balls in the air, if you like. It keeps possibility of clubs and hearts and no trumps alive. So I think it's probably right.
Yeah, okay. So And this is match points, so it does kind of matter which suit we get to, which is another
Yeah, yeah,
point. At
yeah.
imps, we could probably just force this into clubs. Okay, another decisive vote from the panel, and more than a quarter of competition entrants pick up top marks. However, almost a quarter of competitors scored poorly by choosing a non-forcing bid, either 2 hearts or 3 clubs, whilst the panel almost all forced game or open slam investigations. On the panel, only Mats was willing to stop in a part score. Difficult hand, don't want to deny support. I'm not sure if 3 diamonds would be a splinter in competition, so I prefer an underbid to a misunderstanding. I think this is like perfectly fine rationale that like if you don't know what bids mean, you probably shouldn't make them in an undiscussed partnership. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that
Yeah.
seems
I
fine.
mean, to me, 3 diamonds is always a splinter because 2 diamonds is forcing.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
can quite understand that people who don't think 2 diamonds would be forcing, then 3 diamonds would be natural.
Right, right.
So, and that's something that regular partnerships would have to agree.
Yeah, I do think this is like a pretty big underbid though. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
but
mean, I wouldn't get 3 clubs,
no,
no matter what. So,
neither 2 hearts or 3 clubs is forcing. So I'll create a force with a cubid and hope we can make a game. That's basically what everyone says. I gave a hand. Partner could have a 10 count, and we just have a slam. Keep options open and learn more from partner. I mean, this perfectly sums up what the cubid says
yeah,
in these sorts of
yeah.
situations. Joey makes a good case for the majority choice. It will be difficult to reach no trump if I splinter, not to mention making my spade holding vulnerable. So I will gently probe with the ubiquitous cubid, keeping game in either hearts or no trump in the picture. After all, we're playing pairs, where minor suit games are frowned upon. Zia raises a key question if you do want to support clubs. Would 3 diamonds be a splinter? As we have no agreements, I'll take the safe route and start with a strength showing cubid. Regular partnerships should compare the opposing views of Jill and Andrew and make sure they're on the same wavelength. 2 spades, I'll force game as I want to hear what partner has to say. I would not play 3 diamonds as a splinter because I don't think 2 diamonds is forcing. Robson says 2 diamonds should be forcing. It is a new suit. Therefore, 3 diamonds is a splinter. Or it's not a new suit. It's no, it is a new suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, 3 diamonds is a splinter, but I'm not chancing it. Let's set up a game force, take things from there. We don't want to miss a mundane 6-2 fit for 4 hearts. David says, I might win the postmortem if I bid 3 diamonds, claiming that it must be a splinter, even opposite a non-game forcing 2 clubs, not taking the risk. Despite doubts expressed by some panelists, the majority views seem to be that 3 diamonds is a splinter. Lots of panelists bid that. Or to really make sure partner gets the message, 4 diamonds splinter. Aha. I see. That's more informative than simply agreeing clubs at the 4 level.
Well, I think if you're going to bid that, 4 diamonds is better than 4 clubs.
Sure, yes. If partner has 2 aces, I'd like to play 6 clubs. So 4 clubs would be the forcing club raise because 3 clubs would be non-forcing. Only Hanoi votes for your choice, Mark, when you were first presented with the problem. 3 hearts, great values, worried about a spade through my hand. If we play in clubs, I'd rather play on hearts or no trump. It is match points after all. Okay, so partner had queen third of spades, which means our spades were great. A doubleton heart. A spade lead coming through your king jack was not the disaster it could have been. With the heart king on side, you can make 6 clubs, but it seems clear that 4 hearts is the best contract at match points. Our correspondent tells me that plus 450 was worth a remarkable 90%, with most of the field in 5 clubs. Wow. Even playing 4 clubs, making 6 was worth 30% of the match points. Although anyone who thinks a jump to 4 clubs here is non-forcing surely doesn't understand the game. Uh-oh. Regular partnerships should make sure they're in agreement on whether 2 diamonds and or 2 hearts are forcing, as well as the meanings of 3 diamonds and 4 diamonds. Agree with all that. Hand number 7. Okay. Looks like 4 diamonds was the popular choice here. Yeah, so this hand came from the Bermuda Bowl, right?
It did, yeah.
I didn't remember much of what happened at the table.
Oh,
I just
the
remember that
plate list in
Klukowski and Kalita had a huge disaster on this board.
no, 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 they didn't. They had a great success.
Oh, they did?
Uh,
They did? Okay.
yeah, I watched in the match with Switzerland and Norway where Lukowski did six diamonds over three spades, and at the other table he stayed up on four spades, and Helgemay passed. So four spades went one down, six diamonds was cold.
Right. Yeah, someone had a big disaster, so I guess they were on the
Yeah,
winning side of it.
yeah, they were. Yeah, yeah.
So okay, so lots of votes for four diamonds, some for four spades, and then a couple of other stragglers here. And it looks
But yeah,
like,
no, I've just had one of the competitors sent me a note saying he wanted a revision of the marks. And I actually don't disagree. I've never revised the marks after they were published ever, but I'm inclined to agree with him on this one. He argued that four clubs Blackwood, which is the system says it is, shouldn't score worse than four spades because if partner shows up with ace king jack to seven spades or something, you want to play in six spades. If he you make it if you get any of the minor responses, you can settle for four spades anyway. So maybe he's right, and maybe he deserves an extra 2 marks. Um, in that you're right, he's right. Four clubs probably shouldn't be worse than four spades. I mean, that's what you're doing is you're raising the four spades effectively, but you're keeping six spades in the picture.
yeah, it makes sense. I guess my thinking was part weak. I think I couldn't construct a hand where six spades was making, so I just bid the practical four spades. Like if partner had ace king queen seventh of spades, they wouldn't be opening three spades at these colors.
No, well, I agree.
But
Ace king to seven, I
yeah. I
suppose.
mean, I
Ace king to seven, it's probably on a 3-2 trump break. Although,
well, you have to do something about the club suit, right?
well, not so much that. You have to do something about the heart suit. Let's say you need a heart and you've got too small.
Oh, sure. Yeah, exactly. Right. And anyway, let's see what people have to say then. So a number of the players who were in Denmark for the recent World Championship recognize this hand, so it was one of the most talked about deals of the event. The first question is, do we raise partner suit on our singleton? Do we try to find a contract in one of our own suits? Then if you decide not to raise, how do you bid your hand? The panel was split 2-1 in favor of looking for a minor suit contract, so that's why four diamonds got awarded the most. Whereas the largest group of competitors simply raised spades. Let's start with the raisers. Four spades. A little bit of formatting here. 4S. Sometimes I hate you, partner. Man, these these two have hated their partner an awful lot during this set.
Yeah.
As we've not had such a problem at the table in the past 10 years, we'll be happy to learn what our colleagues who bid four diamonds have agreed should be openers' next bid. Perhaps more to the point, what are they planning to do if he bids four spades, pass or five clubs? I remember Graham Kirby passing a John Armstrong preempt with a similar hand, and that might well be best here, but I can't bring myself to pass. I hope partner has a decent suit for his first hand action. If not, he may have a better one next time. So I remembered the hand, or at least some of it, but I'm a four spade bidder. Spade game will probably make six diamonds would be an inelegant punt. Even four diamonds raised to five on two small trumps might be a lesser prospect than four spades. Three no might be better than four spades, but I think that's a big decision. Partner could have a diamond void over there. Barnett was alone in taking a shot at no trump game. 3-0. My viewers like my comment that partner could have jack sixth of spades here. I don't think they can. Not for a three spade bid. I mean, I understand it's favorable.
First in hand at green. I think you can have any hand with six spades.
So Jill says four diamonds natural enforcing.
Depends on if you open any hand with five spades, two spades. Then when you have six, you have to open three.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess. It's not really my style. I mean, I tend to be a more conservative preemptor, I think. I mean, not overly conservative, but I like my 3-spade bids to show 7. Looks like a hand from Herning, Larry says. He was there. Alan was the 3-spade opener at the table in Denmark. And of course he finds the right bid, 4 diamonds. John held this hand in Herning and bid 4 diamonds at the table. So who am I to argue? We reach 6 diamonds. Those who raised to 4 spades will be disappointed. It's true. 4 diamonds natural and forcing, Robson says, based on his opponent, Neville Eber, at his table from South Africa.
Yeah, he obviously held the North-South hands, and they bid 6 diamonds against him.
Yeah. Forcing, of course, if partner rebids 4 spades, I'll pass. Cowardly, but 2 trump losers or a spade and a club seem likely. Even at this vulnerability, partners should not have complete rubbish. That doesn't sound like a partnership philosophy I recognize. I know that you're a hyper-aggressive preemptor, Mark.
Well, first hand non-vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, but he's unlikely to hold a solid spade suit, and any values are more likely to be in hearts than in clubs. I suppose it's forcing, and if partner likes it, we can play something other than 4 spades. Sounds like another vote for pass if partner rebids their suit. But Joey says that this vulnerability, if all partner could bid was 3 spades, I trust my suits rather than his. I intend to bid 5 clubs over partner's 4 spade bid. Some readers perhaps bid 4 no trump, intending it as Blackwood for spades. I've given the benefit of the doubt to those who chose to bid 4 clubs to have read the system and found out that it's preempt Blackwood. That's why 4 no is minors. Aha! And then I will raise his preference to slam. Well, that's ambitious. But okay. There are just a couple who simply bid what they think they can make. 5 diamonds and 6 diamonds. Sally says, with Klukowski here, if you're going to guess, guess high. Indeed, as Sally recalls from Denmark, Michal Klukowski jumped to 6 diamonds. He found partner with King 7th and Jack 10/3 of diamonds with a singleton club. 6 diamonds rolled home when North failed to lead his singleton trump. Ah, yes, I did remember this, and I think I strongly suggested the trump lead.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunate because Broglie was dealt, Queen Jack 10-5 and Jack 10-9-5 or something.
Yeah. Declare won the heart lead and played a spade. Duck to south. He roughed the heart continuation high and then used dummies 3 trumps to establish and reach the long spades. Anyone complaining about partner's 3 spade bid should consider that at the other table in the match between Switzerland and Norway, East opened 4 spades. Helgamo passed, and the defenders managed to find a diamond ruff to go with their 3 trump tricks at 1 down. Having opened on such drac, will partner find a 5 club cubid over 4 diamonds or simply raised a game? Even if he just raises and you did not take another bid, you'll still outscore those going down in 4 spades. And yes, 3 no trump makes with the aid of a club finesse. Hand number 8, last board. I was a 3 club.
This was definitely the most difficult problem of the month.
Yeah.
I think this was very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So this is the one.
Well, I can see 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds, and 3 clubs. Good arguments for all 3. And as you can see, each got 7 votes.
Yep, each of them got 7 votes. So I'm glad that you picked my my choice here.
Well, I thought the debate, the 3 club bidders clearly won the debate.
Mm-hmm.
And, the arguments put forward for 3 clubs, I think, were compelling over the other 2.
Okay, let's see what everyone had to say then. So when my partner held this hand at the table, he bid 1 no trump and scooped most of the match points. My observation afterwards was that I thought 1 no trump was bonkers, but I had to agree that he had scored better than I would have done. What I couldn't tell him was what was better, and other than anything, the panel have also proved unable to do so. Thanks, panel. I think the 3 club bidders clearly had the best of the debate, followed by the 3 diamond bidders, hence the marking. I think I would tend to agree with that. That will please the largest group of competition entrants, although the 17% who thought this hand was worth a game-forcing 2 clubs are destined to be disappointed. We start with those who raised to 2 diamonds. So Just about the 2 club bid, I mean, while I talk about how like sometimes you want overbid if you have multiple places to play, this is not the hand. You have a 7 count ups at the opening bid. Your side's not
Yeah, I
making a
mean,
game ups at a minimum opener. So
well, especially an 11 trick game.
yeah. All right. Sally, Matt, Paul, lots of 2 diamond bidders. This has to be worth an invitation to game. It has, Mark asks. Nothing very attractive. I'll overbid with 2 diamonds. If you tell me 1 no is right, I'm not listening.
Yeah.
Me neither, Alan, but I guess we play mostly imps where this board would have been almost irrelevant. 2 diamonds, bit of a stretch, but I'm too strong for 3 diamonds and I don't want to suppress my fit. Hopefully a 3 diamond bid by either player at any point hereafter will be non-forcing. It should be, inverted wise. Simone's is not ideal, but the alternatives are worse. So what do those who prefer a preemptive raise have to say? Fit is important. Definitely not proud of this huge underbid, but I don't like the alternatives, and the key at match points is avoiding minus scores. Afraid you didn't manage that, but neither did anyone else. 3 diamonds, 3 clubs could be dangerous if my partner has a singleton or avoidant clubs. At least I know we have 8 trumps and diamonds. I hope he bids again, and we can get to 3 no perhaps. I'm not thrilled with this choice, but I ended up here after eliminating the alternatives. A preemptive raise doesn't really reflect the playing potential of the strength of the hand, but other options distort the hand even worse, and it might prevent the opponents from finding their heart fit. Finally, someone said it. This is, I think, one of the big points on this hand is that we have...
I agree. That's why I don't like 2. That's why I downgraded 2 diamonds.
Yes.
Makes it so much easier for the opponents to bid 2 hearts.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can't tell if 3 clubs or 3 diamonds is better. I liked the 3 club bid because I am still interested in playing game opposite queen and a club sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
But maybe we get to that. But let's see. Oh, I won the debate. Okay, hold on. We'll get there.
Yeah,
Zia, I'll start with 3 diamonds. Maybe I'll get the chance to show clubs later. So this is, I think, a big selling point of the 3 diamond bid. Is
if it goes 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, past 4 hearts, you're going to bid 5 clubs.
Right. And then you're pretty happy. I mean, you can still do that over 3 clubs, 3 hearts, past 4 hearts. You can bid 4 no. But none of the diamond raisers seem particularly enamored with their choice, so what have the club bidders to say? Unfortunately, we're not playing fit showing jumps here, so I'll content myself with bidding where I live. Given the notes on our methods, I would show my good club suit as in either 2 diamonds or 3 diamonds to describe the hand. Rob sums up the case for this option, wins the debate. I did something. I've contributed. There we go. Everyone who bid 3 clubs can thank me. This bid has 3 things going for it. We may reach a light 3-0 when partner has queen doubleton of clubs. Preempts the opponents if they have the majors. We get our lead director in if it's not our hand. Sometimes this passes out and we go minus instead of playing a diamond part score, but I like the upsides. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's... I think that none of the 3 clubs, none of the 3 diamonds or 2 diamond bidders were particularly happy with their choice.
Yeah.
Whereas the club bidders, they all seem happy that they'd made the right bid. So.
Exactly. Yep. Surprising South is not overcalled. Surely North will unless partner's 4x1 and very strong. May as well tell partner where I live before the auction gets out of hand. Have some clubs fit for diamonds and probably a better hand than an invitation. Probably a better hand than him, but I also want to take as much space from them as possible. David Bird says, a tricky one. I would like to raise diamonds, but it would have to be 2 diamonds on values. That would make life very easy for North. The opponents go high in a major. I'll at least have suggested a good lead. So bringing up a number of the points that I did as well. Yeah. Mixing what my hand is worth with preemption. The footnote rules out the possibility of finding partner with the dreaded 4-4-3-2, but I still prefer 3 clubs to 3 diamonds with this honor structure. I think this faction easily wins the debate, thus the top marks. For the only panelist to score above average on the board, virtue will need to be its own reward. 1 no. Oh, no. Too much for 3 diamonds, not enough for 3 clubs. We're curious to see what's on the tray when it comes back. It doesn't. At the table, 1 no worked like a dream, opposite 4-3-4-2 shape. The defense led a heart to the jack and queen and cleared the hearts. 6 clubs and the ace of spades later declare scored up plus 120 and an 80% board. Playing in either minor, there are 3 diamond losers plus a heart and a spade if the defense is quick. Oh, man. We have a tie at the top of this month's panel. Larry Cohen and Andrew Robson sharing the honors with a credible 77 out of 80. Completing the podium are Joey Silver, David Bird, and last month's winner, Christian Mari, 75 out of 80. With only half of the panel scoring in the 70s, special congrats must go to this month's guest, Hans Joel, who returned a more than respectable 73 out of 80. Thanks to everyone on the panelists, or all the panelists and all of the readers. See you next month. So where did I get? Hey, I got a 70, 71. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Any score in the 70s was good this month. You see scores in the 50s.
But where was Zia? Zia,
Zero,
did I beat drunk
Zero
Zia?
was
I did
74.
not. Oh, that's very
Yeah.
sad. um, he's too good.
Well, you finished above some pretty good players this month.
Oh no, some of my chatters beat me this month. You got a
Well,
72. 72 is
that's bound to
pretty
happen
good.
occasionally. Yeah, that's bound to happen occasionally. But you finished above some pretty good players. So, I mean, there's some pretty good players, but some pretty bad scores this month. You know,
That's yes. Yeah, I did notice that.
and there were
Absolutely.
a number of hands where, as we've said, that the competitors tend to underbid. They undervalue hands enormously sometimes. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing that hopefully people can learn from on these is to,
yeah, sure. Yeah, because to learn how to, I mean, responding to a takeout double, it's a pretty basic thing. Although half the field bidding one or two spades on that first hand,
right. Yeah,
you know,
that very first board is a big one. And I think
yeah,
also the,
and the second board as well, where they just bid four or five clubs.
yeah, I'm also kind of looking at this one. I guess only 14% of the field bid three clubs, but
Yeah,
but these sorts of
yeah, but
things
you got
where they're
another
just
13% bid two hearts.
yeah,
So
they're just making yeah, to 25% of the
yeah,
competition
yeah,
entrants make some sort of like non-forcing bid here, and they're
yeah,
just making their cheapest bid in their suit. They don't care about hand evaluation or high card points or showing
yeah,
extras or anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, when I talk to my students about slam bidding, I talk about playing the hand in the auction, i.e., picturing what you know about partner's hand and the dummy, and thinking about where you want to play. Like this hand too, it's not that difficult to picture partner's hand and to say, well, where do I want to play this hand? You picture partner's got a six-card club suit, only one spade and two hearts, and he's got an opening bid.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not difficult to see that you might well have a slam here.
yeah,
But you
exactly.
have to visualize partner's hand in the dummy opposite your hand. You have to effectively play the hand during the bidding, if that makes sense. Is you're picturing dummy coming down, you're looking at dummy and saying, where do I want to play this hand? And most of the time, it's going to be at least six clubs.
Yeah,
This
for
partner's
sure.
got singleton too small, ace something to four, and king something to six.
Yep. Yeah,
Whether he's got
exactly.
he may have the queen of hearts, he may have the king of diamonds. You know, he's like had something more than that seven count for his opening bid. So um, it's not difficult to realise that you should be in a slam here, or at least looking for slam. I
I
mean,
think it
happily that
is a difficult skill, though, to kind of, it's
yeah,
not just visualizing the hand, but it's also being able to visualize how the play is going to go. Because
yes, yes,
it's not really just that we only have one loser. We have to make sure that we can actually get up to 12 tricks or that we can set
yeah,
up
yeah,
one of the
yeah,
long hands. And
yeah,
so sometimes that's challenging, but here, of course, like the hearts provide a source of tricks for us. We can rough the heart suit good
yeah.
if necessary. So,
Yeah, well, you can either. I mean, if partner's got the queen of hearts or the king of diamonds, in addition to his seven count,
yeah,
you've got two diamond losers to get rid of.
yeah,
You're either
exactly.
going to rough them both in dummy, or you're going to throw them on the hearts.
Right, right.
Um, so one of the two. So I don't know if they still playing mini bridge is the best way for people to learn the basics of bridge. And when you play mini bridge, the way mini bridge works, any of your people don't know, haven't come across it, it's an excellent way to teach people to learn because each player is dealt a hand and you announce the number of high card points you have. Has the most becomes declarer and dummy comes down. And declarer then decides what contract he wants to play in, whether it's three no trump or four hearts or six hearts or whatever.
Hmm.
So now don't forget also that during the play you have been told how many high card points each of the defenders has. So it enables you to develop a lot of the skills required to play real bridge because you have to be able to evaluate. When you look at your hand and dummy, how many tricks do I think I can make? And of course, then there's the question of how many points that each defender has in the play of the hand. So those 2 points are two of the absolute vital points to playing proper bridge. And if you learn them and are able to evaluate a hand in terms of look at your hand and dummy and say how many tricks what contract do I want to play, uh, that's a very useful skill to learn. And mini bridge will teach you that. And that's really what you're doing here is you're picturing partner's hand and dummy and deciding how you think you could make six clubs, for example.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure. But I think a lot of people just never really learn those skills, or it's
No,
either not taught or they just don't really take the time to work on it at the table. And
I mean
so,
that's just something. Good slam bidding is very difficult. When I went to Thailand originally in 2008 or whatever it was, and I took over the coaching of the Thai teams, the first thing I told the juniors who don't bid any slams, we've only got 3 months before the World Championships. I haven't got time to teach you how to bid slams and all the other things we have to do. So we just won't bid any slams. Unless you've got, 34 points, you bid one no
mhm.
trump, six no trump. You bid the obvious ones, but you don't try and bid both slams. And they weren't quite sure about this. But when they got to the World Championships, I think the first four matches they played, they made 650 or 680 on potential slam hands, and the opponents went down and slam at the other table on all four boards. So in every match, they gained a slam swing by just not bidding a slam. And because good slam bidding is difficult, it takes a lot of experience, a lot of partnership understanding, a lot of judgment. I mean, it's good slam bidding is probably the most difficult part of the game. Um, Certainly, the most difficult bidding part of the game is accurate slam bidding. It's very difficult. It takes a long time to learn to bid slams properly because there are all sorts of factors that go into evaluating whether a slam will be good. You know, People sort of leave beginners classes thinking, oh, if I bid Blackwood, I'll know whether I should be in slam or not.
Yeah,
Whereas, of course, Blackwood is a tool which is supposed to keep you out of bad slams. It's not designed to get you to good slams.
right, right.
By the time you bid Blackwood, you should already know that slam is quite good. All you're doing is checking there aren't two quick losers.
Yeah, and I mean, I think coming back to the original point, you need to understand the basics
Yeah,
to be able to help in these slam evaluations, right? So you have to get in the practice of during the auction building a picture of your partner's hand, but also all of the hands that you get information about. Like when the
yeah,
opponents
yeah,
open a
yeah.
heart, you have to start placing them with a distribution. Now they have five hearts, and so on. And here, when partner fails to make a support double, they don't have three hearts. And that's very important because if partner could have three small hearts over there or even jack third, slam
Absolutely,
becomes a
yeah,
lot worse on our
yeah,
cards.
yes.
So,
And the realization that partner's got a singleton spade is the other thing from this auction. You know, they say, oh, I've got queen to three spades. How can I
mhm,
bid a slam? Well, the opponents have told you that partner had a singleton most of the time. Yeah.
right.
So those sort of things. I mean, this hand actually is a very good illustration of the way to think about slam hands, and it's not a very difficult one because you know an awful lot about the hand.
Right.
Um, so this one is one that you can easily see what partner's likely to have
Yeah.
because they,
Yeah.
they've more or less told you he's 1, 2, 4, 6 or something like that, and now you just have to think about his high card. He's opened the bidding, so it's one of those that should be relatively easy.
For sure. Um,
You certainly should be. It should be easy to see that there's slam potential. So all these people bidding 4 and 5 clubs, you know, they haven't really thought about it.
right. Yep.
So, but this is what this feature is supposed to be about. It's hand evaluation as much as anything. It's not about clever system and conventions. It's about evaluating your hand. Am I worth a game try? Am I worth game? Am I worth a slam try? Should I be bidding in this auction? That sort of thing. Because those are the much more important than how do I respond to reverse Drury or how does Lebenssoul work? Those sort of things. Yeah, those things are addition. It's the evaluation of the hand which is important.
Yeah. So, I mean, even something like this, where we would prefer not to just leap to six clubs and do something a little bit more scientific, but like
Yeah,
Marty does all of these things and he actually explains this. Like, hopefully, people who are just bidding 4 and 5 clubs are looking at Marty's comments on the hand and reading. All we need for slam is this. Opposite a spade void, 7 clubs might be good. Even if four knows key card, blah. So he's gone through his whole plan of picturing partner's
yeah,
hand, six
yeah,
clubs, fewer than 3 hearts. Like everyone on the panel is doing this, but some of them aren't necessarily mentioning that. But I mean, so like I think
yeah,
reading through the article is really helpful to learn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but this is, I mean, you're right. They've all the panelists have thought about exactly what hands part we're going to have for this bidding, and they've made a slam try.
Right. Right.
Um, you're right. It's explained. Muddy's explained it, the thinking very well,
Yeah.
and as a result, he's made the point that that people should be thinking about. And hopefully, people watching this and reading the article will start to understand that this is they should be able to work this out. Is that they know partner shape from the bidding, and they just have to think about his high cards.
Yep. Yep. That's all it is on this hand. So, like you say, I mean, this is kind of a good little warm up example for
Yeah,
visualizing the hand and trying to evaluate.
yeah. This should be a relatively easy one because you've been given all the information you need.
Yeah, I think sometimes people get caught up in the fact that they have a certain number of high card points.
Yeah,
And it's the slams are often more about shape and fit than they are about
yeah,
just baseline high cards.
yeah. But if you say, "Oh, I've got 13 points to sharp partner showing a minimum opening bid," then you're right. You would bid 5 clubs or 4 clubs. Uh, because that's what you've got. You've got a 13 count, and partner's got 12 or 13.
Yeah,
So, you're right. If all you're going to do is count points, you can't bid these sort of hands, and you have to learn not to do that. I mean, slam bidding is not about counting high cards. If you're bidding 6 no trump because it goes 2 no trump, 6 no trumps, because you've got a balanced, 13 count opposite 2021,
yeah,
that's different.
right.
But bidding slams in suits is a much more difficult tool, thing than just adding up your high card points.
Absolutely.